Before I begin my second story of huge success, I want you to know that on these slivers of $10 land, not every one is a winner. As a matter of fact, it's about 1 out of 100 is a huge winner. And if you go to the public records of many states, you'll find that I am now the owner, still after all these years. If somebody if they hasn't been sold for another tax sale against my claim, but you'll find that I'm the owner of thousands of little slivers of land uh, that are totally worthless. Nobody wants them. I couldn't do anything with them. But every once in a while, I hit it lucky. It isn't really, yeah, I guess it is luck. If I buy 100 parcels, two or three are going to be really something special. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you another something special story because, as usual, I ended up with this grab bag of properties, and I found one that was, I won't go into detail how I found it, but from the legal description, I found it, and it was an island. Oh, big enough to be a home site in the middle of a river. But the river happened to go through a very expensive subdivision. And so here is an island quite inaccessible, no road to it. And so obviously, whoever used to own it never paid the taxes on it. Nobody wanted it. It was for sale. I bid $10. I got it. And now I have an island in the middle of one of the more expensive subdivisions in the USA. And I'm wondering what to do with it. Well, in today's money, that island, if it was a beautiful home site and it had a road to it, would be worth an easy $1 million. Okay? In those days, more like 200, 300,000. But the problem was no access. So I got a map and I saw that on either side of the river, there were homes. Okay? And the homes were laid out in such a way, I think we'll have a diagram to show it, that a garage, a driveway went basically right up to the river, and on the river was a parking spot or garage. And so, guess what? I'm an in business, you have to be a little bit enterprising. Things don't happen unless you make them happen. And so I went to the owners. Of course, I didn't tell them I owned the lot, but I went to the owners of the adjacent properties and I said, would you like to sell your home? Well, it so turned out that one of the people was retiring and moving to a tax-free state like Florida or Nevada, and said, yeah, I'll sell you. Well, let's get the appraised value of my home. So at the time, the home was worth about $200,000, and I was able to get a $200,000 mortgage on it. So I bought the home for no money down. And guess what I did? I tore down the flimsy little garage, and I built a little, you don't call it a bridge, you call it a causeway. And the causeway wasn't too long, maybe 15 meters. And now I had a driveway to my island, which, as I said, was worth $300,000 as a home site. Well, in those days, I just didn't want to be bothered building a home. So I sold the land to a developer friend of mine for $300,000. Now, how's that for a return on a $10 investment, huh? Hey, pretty good, huh? So I guess the moral of this story and this whole thing is that if you're an active investor in any field, if you take sand that's free and you turn it into stained glass for artists to use in churches at $30 a little bit of glass, well, obviously you can never invest zero or a few dollars for a process and get $30 every single day. A dollar for equals 30. And when I would put in my $10 bid, uh, I I never knew what I was going to get, but whatever I got, I tried to make the most of it. And one time, and this is the last, and this is a real quick story. It turned out that I bid $10 for the Chicago Newberry Library contents. And I got so many rare books there that I was able to make a small fortune selling off the rare books. And the rest of them, I unfortunately pulped because I didn't have a 10-story building to store a lot of books. And obviously, with almost all books being available online now, a lot of books are being sold, but still, people do collect rare first editions, and you may just for $10 be able to buy uh, big boxes, and it just amounts to sorting them. And that's what I did with all my $10 tax deeds. So, to make a long story short, and to end this video, find something where you can have a niche where your time and your effort and your skill can turn a dollar into $1,000 or a euro into 1,000 euros. And forget these bankers with their 6% return, because to my view, inflation will eat up your 6%, and you're basically getting a return of zero. And that is our message for today.